Okay, so welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a little break from doing car stuff and bike stuff. I know it's been like 90% bike stuff or car stuff, but we're going to go over this fella. This is the Shark vacuum. You can buy this on Amazon. It's for your pool. I have an T.E.CH pop-up pool, and this is the most popular vacuum because it's cheap and it actually does a really good job at first, but most people complain about it just stops running after, like, I don't know, I think mine lasted a season, and then it kind of gave up on me. So I took them apart because I wanted to see what made this fella tick. So when you flip your Shark over, there's going to be two screws inside by the brushes, right? And they're just like a number 3, number 4 Phillips head, whatever. Once you get that off, still kind of a bear because there's a lip under here that's going to hold this to the plastic ring of the first layer of brushes. And it's kind of cool how this thing works actually. So if you have one, you know that there's numbers 0 through I think like 5 on the brush set, and all that does is lower the rear end of the brush, and then it has this little oscillating piece inside where the vacuum sucks up, and that actually knocks the vacuum back and forth, and then it rotates on the brush. So on the outer rim of the brush is what decides where your little Shark is going to travel within your pool. So once you get these two screws out of there, right, so that's pretty much how it works. And then inside it's got a weight stack. So I'm sorry, I'm terrible at looking through the camera, so just bear with me. So inside you're going to see a weight stack, and they are on there pretty good. When I first took it apart, only one weight came off, and then when I brought it out here, 2 weights came off. And then again, don't be like me. Take your time with these teeth. Get a little flathead screwdriver, put it in there, pry it like out and out at the same time. I pretty much just got fed up and bear clawed it because I figured $100, whatever, if I just destroy it, I'll buy a new one. But this fella sits in here like this, and then there's 2 prongs that come out of the black brush set that are going to receive the screw pin holes, and then there's one in the front that receives that pin, and it's the pressure between that pin and these teeth that actually hold that whole brush assembly up in there. But as you can see, and please excuse the mess, the kids were here the other day, and he's kind of stuck on the wall, but he does run again. So taking a look from underneath, everybody's pretty much seen this picture. So the only thing I'm unsure of is these white hard plastic slots. One of mine on the left is extremely loose and the other one is tight. So see how that one is on, well, it's on the right, is kind of scraping the wall, and the other one is tight in there, so it doesn't scrape, it kind of doesn't scrape the wall at all, like if you slide that piece over. So there's a lot of play, a lot of slop in that. And it's still not moving as fast as it used to, but I think that's just because I had a big huge leaf pile in the middle of my pool, and this fella just sucked it up. So I'm sure I have to go and clean my filter baskets now, because I have the leaf basket over there by my alligator. But as you can see, he is moving again, and he's actually moving at a decent pace. So you don't really want them going 100 miles an hour, because what happens is, rather than actually suck the stuff up into the vacuum, it just kind of knocks it into the atmosphere of the pool, and that's no bueno. You're going to have a bad time. But I am at the point now where I'm ready to put this fella back together and have it weighted, because one of the things that's kind of holding him back right now is he's not weighted down enough to really make an effort. And I think that if I had the weights back in there, he would probably be moving a little bit better. But I think that is the failure point. So when I did take it apart, one of the weights was kind of loose and free floating within the Shark head and the black base. Yep, so it's either going to be that or that white Teflon that's inside of the shaker. However, man, I wish I would have took this video like 15 minutes ago. The fella was moving. So I'm going to stop and clean my filter baskets, and I'll restart the video, because I swear that this fella was just running all over the pool about 5 minutes ago, and as soon as I grabbed my camera, he stopped. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of further investigation, and I'll let you guys know what I found out. But all in all, this is a super simple vacuum design. There's really not a whole lot going on in there. The only problem is you can't really lube or grease the shaker portion of it, because it just gets soaked in water. So if you spray it with like WD-40, that spray is just going to come right back off. If you put dielectric grease in there, then you're just going to poison your children. So yep, there's really not a whole lot you can do about it, but at the same time, there's really not a whole lot that's going on under here. And so again, he should be shaking a little bit faster than that, and I think that's really the inhibiting point. So it was shaking a little faster than that earlier, and now he's kind of back to where he was. So that just leads me to believe that my pump strength is kind of down, because of the big huge leaf pile that he just sucked up into my leaf strainer. So I'm gonna clear that out, and I'll come back and show you guys what we got. But again, when you flip them over, you just remove these two screws, pry this fella off. Don't be like me and bear claw it. There's nothing in here but weights. The real driving force is just the oscillation piece on the bottom of the shark itself. And yeah, there's a ton of crap stuck like right here. So this much of my basket is full, and it's all leaves and bird poop and trash. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that out, and I'll come back and show you how his movement is improved. And I might even just pop this fella back on, and we'll put him in, and I'll show you that he works now. Okay, so when you go to put your shark back together, press them in nice and easy, because you don't want to lose the weights. And if you're like me and you broke that front tab off, it's going to be a lot easier to get him in here. So let me just dump this screw out of there. You just slide them in here like this, and you want to make sure that you hear them snap, number one, and then the screw holes are kind of lined up. So I don't know if you can see down in there, but you want to make sure that when you start to tighten this fella in and this fella in, that he's actually got some threads to bite onto. And again, if you're following my Tanya videos, my Focus ST videos, you know that I'm not really a big fan of using the impactor on the way in. But if you want to use them to zap these screws out, more power to you. Just take your time and make sure that the screw is going in straight. Because again, if it's going in crooked, you're going to have a bad time. And I know this fella is only $100, but if you're working on other stuff, man, just make sure your hardware is going in straight. Bottom line, easy peasy. I already know it's in straight, so I'm gonna just let it rip. And that is why you don't use impactors, especially on plastic stuff. So I don't know if you guys could hear it, but if you heard that pop, you saw the smoke. I'm gonna do it again just to show you. Even if it's going in straight, see, that one didn't go so bad because the other one's broken. But there he is. Now if you take, you see you got the two little kind of slits. I mean, this is self-explanatory. When you first get this fella, you'll have to put this guy in. So if you can't figure that out, you're already kind of dead in the water. All right, speaking of dead in the water, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this fella in and see if he scoots around town. All right, so just another quick tip before I throw him back in. These filter socks, you get them on Amazon. They are super duper clutch. So I have a skimmer basket. I keep this thing in there. It makes it 100 times easier just to peel a sock out of there rather than having to whip the hose out and spray that fella down in order to try to get it all nice and clean. So all you have to do with these is, so as you can see, without using the filter sock, I still got stuff down in there, but whatever. He just goes in here like this, and then you fold him out around the rim, and then whatever gets sucked into the basket is going to stop in the sock, and then all you got to do is change the sock. Basket stays clean, stuff stays out of your pre-filter strainer, it stays out of the strainer on your filter if you have a sand filter like I do, and it just makes everything a lot cleaner, a lot easier to deal with. Anyway, again, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this fella back in the pool. We'll see if he scoots. Alright, so he's definitely moving faster as far as the shaker goes. I'm trying to get him up so you can see it. He's a little heavier now, but the shaker's moving faster, not a ton faster, but he's kicking around. At least he was. Yep. There he goes. And I might just have to adjust. Let me see. Uh-oh. So I gotta adjust his number here, and I just sucked a ton of air in there, so I'm gonna have to reset my filter. But here we go. Try to make them a little more aggressive. So the larger the number, the more aggressive the move, supposedly. So we're going to put them up somewhere in the middle, and we'll put them back down. And then I'll show you the lazy man's method for getting the air out of the hose and the box and everything. So first things first, we gotta get the air out of the filter. Just shake him around a little bit. There you go. And as you, there he is. As you can see, I got a ton of stuff down inside of my filter box, which isn't going to help the situation. So, yep. Turn this guy back on. Alright, filter's running. So we want to do the initial drowning with this guy. And just get your leaf basket full of water. And he's probably, the only reason it's taking so long is because the hose is attached. So it's filling what little bit of hose is left under the water right here. So what you can do is just partially connect it, and it's going to suck a big old air bubble in there, and then let the air out, and then partially connect it, and it's going to suck a big old air bubble in there, and then let the air out, and so on and so forth until your vacuum hose is completely full of water. And I'm not going to record all of this. Actually, I will, because it doesn't look like there's too much left. So suck the big old air bubble in, let him out, and then looks like it might be alright. Yep. Alright. So we're going to do the final connection here. Now that that's nice and connected, we'll go see how Mr. Sharky Man's doing over here in the corner. Oh, and another pro tip, if you want to keep birds out of your pool, I don't know what it is about this little alligator chlorine float, but they didn't give two cares about the duck. The fake owl I bought to put up on the railing over there, they did not care. But for whatever reason, this little fella keeps them out. And I can already feel in the hose that this guy is just, the shaker's moving a lot. So I'm willing to bet if I got all of that crap out of the filter basket, he would probably take off like he was brand new out of the box. And he is moving, and I don't think that this video is doing him any justice. The other thing we could do, and I like mine moving slow because again, I don't like it all getting kicked up into the pool atmosphere. But the only other thing we could do is take them apart again and take a few of those weights out. And then if you take a couple of the weights out, it should keep them down on the bottom of the pool and still let them run free. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. I know he's still not moving a ton, but I'm gonna keep playing with him until I get him going. Probably just gonna take him apart and pull some more weights out. Yep, so if you have the $100 investment into the pool shark and you have a Phillips head screwdriver, go ahead and take this fellow apart. It's worth it. Worst case scenario, again, it's only $100. I know that's a lot of money to some people. To me, it definitely was, and that's why I'm investing my time in trying to fix this guy. As you can see, he's moving now. He just isn't zooming like he did when I first got him. So, but he is back to cruising the pool, and I feel like if I take like maybe half of the weight stack out on each side, he'd probably be back to zooming just like he came out of the box. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's it. So thanks for watching.